Hello, today my group and I will be presenting our assignment as shown in the slide. My name is Scott Bradley Anthony Buji, BB22110840, and I will be doing part 1, which is constructing appropriate graphs and comparing the relative frequency and also cumulative frequency in each market. To construct the graphs, we need to find the relative frequency by dividing the domestic airlines traffic into certain range of classes by searching for its frequency. This is done by dividing the class frequency with the total number of distributions, which is 24 as given in the table in the question. After doing all these calculations, the relative frequency for each classes is obtained, which sums up to a value of 1.0001. Next, finding the cumulative relative frequency by adding the first relative frequency and the second relative frequency. After getting the first cumulative relative frequency, the process continues until the final class range, which also tallies to a total of 1.0001. With all this data combined, we are able to construct a bar graph and also an ogive using the relative frequency and the cumulative relative frequency respectively. The same process applies for the international airlines traffic, but differs in the outcome of calculations and plots of the graph. Thank you very much. That's all from me for part number 1.
Hello, my name is Mohammad Firdaus Ilham bin Rudy Allham. My matrix number is BB22110483. I will be presenting the part 2. To calculate and compare measures of central location in each dataset, there are 3 types of measurement, which was mean, median, and mode. For the mean, I use sample mean. I add up all the data divided by numbers of the data. For the domestic, I get 642,696.54. For the international, I get 740,362.38. For the median, I arrange the data using the ascending value and find the average of the 2 middle values. For the domestic, I get 217,716. For the international, I get 137,048.5. For the mode, both domestic and international does not have any mode because there is no a repeating number or a frequent number in the data. That is all from me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hugo, Anak, BB22110050. I'm gonna present part 3. Let's start off by computing all the samples into Excel, and then we're going to arrange it in ascending order for both domestic and international, and you will get these results. After we complete with that, we are going to search for the second quartile, which is the median of the samples for both domestic and international because it's easier. And then we will look for the Q1 and Q3 by using the formula of LK equals to K over 100 bracket N plus 1. K means percentile and means sample. These are the results of the calculation for both domestic and international, and the right box will be the completed set of the whole quartile for domestic and international. Now we're gonna look for the outliers for both domestic and international, and first we need to calculate the IQR, which is interquartile range, which we have to subtract Q3 and Q1, and then we need to insert all the information into that formula, and that is the calculation that has been done. These are the informations that we get and calculated for us to construct box plot for both domestic and international, which are mean Q1, median Q3, and max. Here are the box plot for both international and domestic. And for domestic, it is positively skewed because the median is closer to the minimum, and for international, it's negatively skewed because it's closer to the max.
Hello, my name is Elvee Jumalim and my magic number is BB22110067. I will proceed with part 4. So measures of the dispersion include range, mean absolute deviation, variance and standard deviation, and coefficient of variation. Firstly is the range, where the maximum value will minus minimum value. So the value for both domestic and international is as shown in the table. Next, the mean absolute deviation. To find mean absolute deviation, we need to find the absolute value of the difference between each data value and the mean, and then divide it by the number of data values. You will get the value as shown in the table. We can now calculate the variance and standard deviation. From this formula, we will get the values for both variance and standard deviation as shown in the table. And the last one is to calculate the coefficient of variation. It is calculated by dividing the standard deviation by the mean. Then we will get the answer as shown in these slides. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mohammad Madzran bin Madalih, metric number BB221100125, and I'll be presenting part 5, which is to calculate and interpret the measures of association. Based on the data table given, we can identify that variable X is the total number of domestic passenger and variable Y is the total number of international passenger. First of all, we are going to calculate the covariance. So the sample covariance as xy is computed as the sum of x minus x bar multiplied with y minus y bar divided with sample size minus 1. From part 2, we know that these values are the value for sample mean of variable x and variable y. The table beside shows the calculation process to get the total sum of x and y. Using the formula given, we will get that the sample covariance value is 1513855028070.83. Once we found the covariance value, we can use it to calculate the value of correlation coefficient. The sample correlation Rxy formula is given as Rxy equals to the sample covariance divided with standard deviation of variable x multiplied with standard deviation for variable y. Using the formula given, we will get that the correlation value is equal to 0.79. So here we can conclude that variable x and y has a positive relationship as seen from the positive value. Therefore, both x and y are directly related. When one value goes up, so does the other value. Also, the strength of linear relationship between variable x and y is considered strong because it is larger than 0.7. That is all from me. Thank you for listening.